Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse an unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Rach Da Gem back for another episode of Melanin Boulevard. Thanks for tuning in week after week. This week we have Cortney on the line. Hey Cortney girl.
Hey, I'm sorry. This is just so funny to me. It's like, what?
You on the podcast.
Right. It feels weird. I haven't done this before, so this is new.
It'll be fun. So thank you for taking time out and being on Melanin Boulevard. First things first, me and Cortney know each other in real life, so that's cool. We worked together, and we went to. Did you go to Lead? You went to Lead Middle School?
I did.
Yeah, we went to the same junior high. I think you're a year older.
Mm-hmm. Back in the 99 and the 2000.
Mm-hmm. Back then, when we was going to the skating ring, asking for them to play back that ass up.
Right.
So thanks for taking time out. She lives all the way in Chicago, and so she's joining us today to talk about what's going on out here in these streets and how we can make the best of the situations that we have. Before we get into it, I want everybody to know that Melanin Boulevard merchandise is available. Link is going to be in the description notes, of course, and or show description. And if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, you can get the links from there. I'm still having the giveaway, which I think ends on Thursday. I want to say the 14th. So yeah, it ends on Thursday. So at the end of the day on Thursday, the contest closes. I'm giving away 2 free t-shirts to 2 listeners or 2 people that follow, whoever. And let's get this merchandise. So I'm super excited that I got to launch that. I got some cute designs.
Me too. I saw the shirts. I was excited. I was like, all right, Rach.
Yes, just trying to do a little something and be productive. I got new designs that are going to drop on my birthday, June 1st. So just watch out for that. And and the Melanin Boulevard After Dark also will have some new episodes drop on the 1st too. So look out for those links also. So before we get into talking about what we're going to talk about today, Cortney, tell everybody about yourself.
Oh, well, right now I'm in a room where you can hear my smoke detector going off. So if you hear the little beep,
you're so black.
Don't talk about me. My homeboy was like, y'all been at home for 2 months and you still ain't changed the battery? Nope, I haven't. I'm a single. Ooh, I'll take that back. I'm in a whole. I'm not a single mama, but I'm so used to saying that. I'm so used to saying I'm a single mom, but I'm a mom of 2. I live in Chicago, used to live in Vegas, moved back home to Chicago. Been here for almost 3 years. Can you believe that?
No, I still remember when you was like, I'm going to move. And I was like, really? Like, it just happened so fast when you said you were going to do it. And then when you actually did it, the time frame was very small.
Yeah.
But you've been there for 3 years. Had you do a little baby.
I know, right?
Out there living your life.
I'm trying to, at least.
Yeah, So as far as like living in Chicago versus Las Vegas, what made you move?
You know what? I was yearning for that culture. Like, I feel in Vegas there wasn't enough culture for me. In Chicago, you got access to museums and arts and music. Like they live on music. You walk down the street and somebody's playing on the drums or the buckets, or somebody's like, downtown is like a walking art piece. Like, I get on the train and sometimes it's a live band right in front of the train station, like getting down on the keyboard, somebody on the saxophone. So I was just like needing that. I was yearning for it. Like, my heart was really pulling for me to come back. Like, I really missed that aspect of life and being able to provide that to my children. I just think in Vegas, it isn't a lot of stuff like that outside of gambling, hotels, clubbing. What else can you do?
Right.
So.
Yes, I feel you. That's why I loved when I went to Philadelphia for the first time. It was just like, just that feeling in the air that just made me feel just so good inside. Like, I'm Black. I'm happy to be Black. It's so many Black people out here doing big things. You know, there's historical monuments that you can go look at. It, like, I love museums and I love to look at like old buildings. I feel you on that. So I want to move too, but I don't know. You know, I'm having a hard time with that. I'm having a hard time. I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. You know, it's mostly like the fear, like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to provide for my kids? You know, like that's heavy. If I can get the right deal with the right amount of zeros, I might just do that and move. Only thing I'm worried about is the cold. That's one thing that I'm worried about.
I think it's easy to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
You can dress better, like, you know what I'm saying? You can flavor it up, you know, accessorize, put your little scarf, your peacoat, your boots, your jeans, you know what I'm saying? You get the flexibility of that. And I think the cold, like, honestly, I think it's something that you can get used to. Like, I was here during the polar vortex. Like, that shit was unbelievable. Yeah. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Chicago, I'm coming home. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm coming home. I cannot do this. But, you know, I got over it. So, it's just trading one extreme for the next. Like, Vegas is extremely hot.
That is fact. It's humid though in the Midwest, and the East Coast. It's a little humid, but
and it's not as many sunny days. That's what I miss. Like, we have a lot of gloomy days in Vegas. You get used to having the sunshine all the time, so it's second nature. You know, it's like you get out. Some days I wake up and I'm like, "Where's the sun? I need some sun," and it's nowhere to be found. So that's one thing I do miss.
I definitely have to come to Chicago. I've never been. I need to get out there. So in Chicago, you moved from Vegas to Chicago to get closer to culture. That's where you're from. And so what do you do out there?
Right now, I work for a payment processor. One of like the biggest apps out there. So I do that, and I'm trying to rebrand my nail career, and it sucked because I was literally like in the steps of getting my career together, like building up my clientele, telling everyone, you know, hey, I'm doing nails, and then Corona hit, boom, and it was just like
shut down.
What the hell? What do I do now? So, that's kind of where I am with that.
I think even though, you know, the shutdown happened when you were in the stages of building, was a good time for it to happen then before you go out and get a storefront and do all these things, because, you know, those who had a storefront and that overhead that's a huge stress. So everything happens the way that it's supposed to. But has Chicago opened up to allow like barbers and nail shops open, or are you guys still shut down?
No. Yeah. Still shut down. Although I heard Vegas is opening up and getting popping. I'm like, let me fly down to where I can go outside.
You know, I mean, it looks so weird, the strip just being kind of dead. You know, I just had to drive down there because I had to go to an appointment. I had to pass over Las Vegas Boulevard off of Tropicana. And it was just like, it feels so sad. Like there's no people walking around. There's just a few cars out there just getting to where they need to get to. It just feels so weird. But Vegas it opened on the 9th in phase 1. So we can have we can go to the barbershops, nail shops, hair salons under stipulations. The casinos aren't open. I think it said you can now dine in. It's recommended to do curbside still though, but if you want to dine in, girl, go ahead and dine in.
Oh,
but,
I just might risk it for an appetizer and a margarita.
I could drink that right in the car. Curbside that thing. We have car dates. Just pull up in the parking spot next to mine. We could party it up and eat that way. So I guess we'll start to slowly see how things are going, and it's about to get hot. So I know that they said that the coronavirus is doesn't live well in heat, but you don't know. Right. It might have got its second wind and stronger than ever. So I'm nervous about the winter.
I saw someone make a post about coronavirus being on a papaya.
What?
They found, So I have to go back to that post, and I was just like, is this serious or is it fake news? They were saying that they found strands of corona on a papaya and on a dog or something of that nature. So I need to find that post. But it's a lot of fake news about corona too. So that could have very well been one of them.
Yeah, I think there's so much we don't know, and so many things that are in place that we have no idea about, that they don't want us to know. And people don't know what to make of it, so they just put stuff out there that could possibly be it, but I don't think we really know what it is. I just try to stay safe, no matter what I think is in plans, the government and all that stuff. I'm still gonna do what I need to do to stay safe. I'm not gonna risk it, but it's a lot out there. At the zoo, there was some animals that tested positive. I'm like, well, how did you test them? They had zoo animal tests. Where y'all get them from? I thought there was a shortage on the test. And what if it did have corona? Does it get a ventilator? So I have a lot of questions.
I do too.
Yeah.
And it's so many conspiracy theories. I love a good conspiracy.
Me too.
So how do you feel about the 5G and corona?
I just say you never know, because I don't know how accurate it is in relation to the coronavirus, because I have heard stories about where they put the 5G towers up and birds are dying. I don't see a lot of birds dying in my area, and there's people that are getting the coronavirus in my area, so I don't know how. I don't know about that. What do you think?
A part of me, I always feel there is some little truth to a conspiracy, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like there's always some underlying truth. And my dad sent me a YouTube video of this lady talking about 5G towers, mm-hmm. and how she believes it's related to corona, and how the 5G towers are next to some schools, and the little kids are coming down with cancer. And, mm-hmm. This video went on for an hour plus. Yeah, and I'm sitting there watching it in a panic, making myself get an anxiety attack, because I'm like, oh shit, it has to be the 5G. It has to be. And then I'm like, okay, wait, hold on, Cortney.
Right.
These are not facts.
Uh-huh.
So
I think that when it comes there, they were put certain towers up in certain areas, and they're like, oh, don't worry about the towers, they're okay. And then people were dying from radiation. Mm-hmm. So I say you just never know, because we're not going to know until it actually happens. And then they say, oh, this was the reason why, or whatever. We don't know. I think that if it was 5G, I think maybe a mass of people might be affected or not. It might happen later. In 10 years, we start seeing commercials if you were living near these areas, mesothelioma. Yeah, so you just never know what our bodies are being exposed
to
without our control. So it's like, you can either go crazy about it, and those videos, I have definitely gone down the YouTube wormhole, rabbit hole, whatever. I've been in there many times. I'm like, okay, I'm shook. Let me not watch YouTube for a little while, because I'm over here like in the corner with like aluminum on my head, like everything is gonna kill us. You can live
at
like
2:30
that
in the morning,
right? Because you can't watch them in the daytime. You got to watch them at night, at the peak of night. So you just never know. Just try to protect yourself the best way you can, and we can't control everything, unfortunately.
I was talking to my aunt on Mother's Day, and happy late Mother's Day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. I was talking to my aunt, and she was like in a panic about the coronavirus, and then I was like, "Well, I'm going to Vegas." So,
period.
She was like, "What? You're getting on the plane? You're taking your babies?" I'm like, "At this point, yes. I just can't. I'm tired of being cooped up in the house. I want to be around my mom."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm about to risk it all. What do you think?
I think it's like, we can't fear ourselves into being just in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you feel that it's safe, go. Take precautions. I don't know how effective these masks are, but I wanted to go to Philadelphia for my birthday, and I'm still gonna go, but I might push it out a little bit. But I just feel like we're gonna be put in a position where some people are gonna let fear just take over their lives, and they're not gonna do anything at all. I don't believe in that. We only have one life to live. You have to live your life, but be smart about it too. My thing is, and that's one of the things I wanted to kind of touch on, is how is travel going to be affected by this? Are they going to start taking people's temperatures? Because, we could be so paranoid. People could be asymptomatic and not even know that they have it, not have a temperature, and still get on, and, but I think that goes the same for every other disease that we've encountered, or virus that we've encountered too. Ebola, the regular flu, H1N1, it's like all these things were already out there. So, how can we, are we going to are we going to scare ourselves to where we don't leave the house at all? What are we going to do?
I feel you. My cousin is, they're inducing her tomorrow, and she tested positive for corona. So another cousin called me, and she was like, today, she was literally in a panic. She's like, "Courtney, May Helen has the coronavirus, and she's having a baby, and I'm worried because I've been around." I'm like, there is no point in you worrying yourself thinking that you have it. I said, if you have it, chances are you asymptomatic, or you would have shown symptoms already. So chill out, relax.
Yeah.
And then her baby's birthday is on Friday, and then we're going to do a car parade. Mm-hmm. So she's like, "I'm thinking I should cancel the car parade and just quarantine myself." I'm like, "Girl, relax. Just hold your horses. I think you're fine. She's okay. She's going to still deliver. They're still allowing her to bring the baby home, after the delivery. So I think everything will be okay." I said, "You just have to relax. You can't stress yourself out about that. There's nothing that you can do. If you take your ass to the hospital, they're going to tell you, sorry, there's nothing that we can do."
The hospital is the last place I want to be. I think that in a time like that, you do whatever you need to do to try to keep your immune system at its best, whether that be whatever you do for your immune system, flaxseed oil, elderberry, whatever you do that to help boost your, to help fight that if it is something going on. So before you panic, try to be proactive. Right. I think. And
I think so too.
And even now, like, I took my kids out for the first time when we went shopping for Mother's Day gifts, and all the flowers, like the bouquet flowers, were sold out. So we had to go to the home and garden section and pick up some actual like plant flowers. And it was super weird. Well, not weird, but we're around a lot of plants, and my kids' allergies be acting up. Mine do too, which is weird because it never did. But later that night, you know, we're all sneezing, and I'm like, okay, we all gonna take some black seed oil because I'm not about the games. And that's what we did. And, you know, you can't really stress about it. We wore our little masks. We went out and you just try. I mean, I think when people that should be protecting themselves a lot more, elderly people with you know, issues that are already out there, should always be protecting themselves, because the same thing could happen from the flu. People die from the flu all the time.
They do.
So always protect yourself. Always do something for your immune system. I think that's what we should be doing anyways. But main topic of today, I want to talk about the pros and cons of 2020. I know we had a lot of negative things happen this year, but I also want to shine light on some positive things and some things that we can, you know, pivot and use to our advantage. So I want to talk about, one, why 2020 sucked. Started sucking when Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter crash, him and his daughter and the passengers.
Let's blame that on COVID too.
And they set everything up for a reason, but yeah, that sucked. A lot of things started to suck this year. Little Richard just passed away.
I know, Betty Wright.
And Andre Harrell. Yeah. So, and that was last week, all three of them. So
I love Andre. He's so funny. Like I know him personally. No, I did not. However, like I love music. So like he would do interviews, or even when you would see him on like behind the, what was that shit VH1 did? Behind the scenes or behind the music. He would, you know, do interviews and shit, and just like his personality, it just seemed really nice, you know.
Yeah.
So, and he contributed to a lot of people's careers. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, Heavy D and the Boys, like, you know, the music, the early 90s, that vibe. So that was surprising to see.
It was. Roy from Siegfried and Roy, he gone too.
What?
Yes. Yeah. The original Tiger King is out this bitch.
Sorry, that's not funny. You said the original Tiger King. Yeah, that's sad. Oh, so thankfully you don't have Roy no more, huh?
I thought. Wait, I know they had got mauled, right? They had like a tiger attack, but I thought one died. I didn't know they were both still alive.
You know what? I kind of feel like this is the Mandela effect, because I felt like one of them did pass away too. I really do. I really thought so.
I didn't know. I thought one died. I thought one of, I don't know, Siegfried Roy, I don't know which one is which, but I knew one had died, but now Roy's gone. So I guess if Siegfried is still alive, he's just hanging out with the tigers by himself. So, but a lot.
I'm with you on that one.
Happened.
I thought one of them died prior to.
Yeah. It's only May, and we're almost halfway through the year. Like, it feels like it took forever, but it didn't at the same time. Like, we've been quarantined for the last 2 months. Where did our year go?
Has flown by, though. I think that this year so far has really. It's been on Amazon Prime. Like, it's
and I love that shit.
By.
I love me some Amazon Prime.
Like, it's been flying by. So it's kind of like, okay, what else do you have in store? Like, I'm anxious to see how the rest of the year unfolds. Like, what are the expectations going forward? Like, I don't believe that the stadiums and arenas are going to open back up anytime soon. But again, I could be wrong because they're missing out on a lot of money. But at the same time, if you still have to distance yourself 6 feet apart, how will they sell tickets?
Right. It's like now we have to figure out how we're going to pivot this shit, because yesterday I recorded the Kaleidoscope with Geraldine, and he said that he watched the UFC fight, and it was a no audience fight. It was just like the regular pay-per-view UFC fights, but no audience at all. And he said, it worked. There was the people who had to work had to wear their masks and everything. The fighters got checked out. So are we going into an era where large events with a lot of people are done with?
That's what it's looking like. And it's just like, damn. Like, I can't go to, like, they just built the Raiders Stadium. Like,
right.
I can't go watch a football game and drink a beer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Right. We got to see.
Y'all spent all this
3
money
seats apart from each other.
Right. Y'all spent all this money on this stadium, and you can't even use it.
Right.
Right now, at least.
Yeah, how are they going to regulate that? If this is something that we have to worry about for a little while, will it go away? Is it going to keep hitting hard like it has been hitting hard? What are we going to do? Clubs. I need me to get a club every now and then. I like a club every now and then. I need to release this energy. I need, just to vibe out, listen to some music.
Where Beyonce gonna perform? Forget that.
I mean, that part. All the music festivals are done with. Roots Picnic got moved back to August 1st. But
Do you think it's still gonna happen?
I honestly don't. It's May right now. And I think Philadelphia just opened up some of their stuff, but New York and New Jersey got hit hard.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of close. It's kind of close right there. But I don't know. I kind of don't see that happening. Disneyland won't open up until 2021.
Oh really? Did they put that on the news?
Mm-hmm. 2021.
Oh,
no. So it's like, how are we going to pivot this? Is everything going to be virtual now? Because I'm not gonna lie, I hate having Zoom meetings with like 9 people. That shit drives me crazy. I hate it. Having all them people wanting to chime in. Shut up. Like, I just be
mute
quiet.
Your mic.
Right. And people don't be muting their mic and stuff. Like, they don't have Zoom courtesy. If your kids are talking in the background, we don't want to hear that shit. Mute that.
Right.
Turn the TV down. Tell the people don't be walking around naked. Put some clothes on.
You can do that. You can do that after, but while I'm on Zoom, no.
Right. So I want to talk about how we can pivot and make the best of this situation. How are we gonna make best of this situation? I know that nails, hair, and barbers are open here. I'm assuming in Chicago that might be a part of the first phase. So you can probably get back to building up your clientele. Probably, hopefully in a few weeks, maybe in a few weeks here.
I'm a little skeptical on that.
Yeah.
I'll wait a little bit. Wait just a little bit longer. Only because, these people be doing too much in these Chicago streets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They be doing the most. Did you see that video on TMZ where the dude had like this huge house party?
No, I did not.
Oh, Rachel, what the hell you doing?
I don't know. It be so much Corona shit going on. I'd be not even paying attention.
Maybe like a couple weeks ago.
He had
2 or 3 weeks ago. He had a house party. It was on fucking Facebook Live. They claimed it was like over 500 people in this house party. And I'm like, how the hell? Nobody had on masks. everybody was passing a blunt, drinking out the
Oh,
cups. They
oh,
was, they was living their best lives.
oh no! You got to get your own blunt these days. We're not sharing.
We're not
You got to
sharing
get
at
your
all.
own, boo.
Hello.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not
That was on the west
okay.
side of Chicago. I was like, oh, we do not know them.
Wow, that is not okay. I was just listening to a radio show, and they're saying Tory Lanez did a live last night, and he had it was sort of like quarantine radio, but it was just a bunch of scantily clad women twerking, but nobody's wearing a mask. Like they just got
Just
bitches
ass
and
out.
just ass everywhere, but no mask. So
Speaking, I'm sorry.
hmm.
The internet is a hot mess. Did you see where the bitch was? I guess she was trying to perform in front. She was doing the most with sparklers and like she was
What?
naked on a bed. The mama was watching the kids. Like she did this in front of the kids. Did you see it on somebody's
No,
live?
no.
Oh my
Was
goodness.
it a
It was,
celebrities live?
I think it was. And the mama was sitting there holding, it was like maybe a 6-year-old boy, a 4-year-old little boy, and an infant. And the mama holding a 4-year-old and the infant, and the 6-year-old is sitting next to her.
Mm.
Somebody is like recording her, and she is like ass out stripping on the bed. They must have been in the hotel. Like it was,
Oh,
ooh,
they just the whole family trifling.
everybody's trifling. And I'm
Dang.
like, why not take the boy somewhere else? Or if this is how she was getting paid, do you? That's what you
Right.
do,
Get you
right?
another room. Get you a second room to do that in.
Yeah,
They gonna have to
yeah,
pay for that.
totally. Yeah, that those children are going to be traumatized.
Yeah.
Every time you see a firework, now this little boy got to think about his mama on the bed twerking.
That's terrible. He's like, I hate the 4th of
Oh,
July. I hate it.
right. It was the worst. You didn't see that either?
Oh no, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. Social media has overwhelmed me the last few weeks. Like I don't even go on Facebook rarely. My notifications be off the chain out, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. And I just I watch very limited stuff. I've been trying to keep my head space in a better zone because I was a little depressed for like a week, and I had to get myself out of that because I'm reading articles and just it was too much for me. So I haven't even been really watching any lives. Tory Lanez was cool for a couple days. I was like, all right, I get it. It's enough. But no, I haven't. I've been slacking on the social media side.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of positive things out of 2020, I
Hmm.
like how artists are doing these concerts from the
Yes,
comfort of their own home. Like the versus battles have been really good.
they've been
Um,
everything,
yeah.
everything. Yep.
How did you feel about Erica Badu and Jilly from
Oh
Philly?
my gosh, it was just the boom and the bip. It was everything. It
It
was.
was.
I didn't know I was sitting there for 2 hours. I didn't know that. I
Jill was
loved
high as hell, huh?
Jill.
Jill was a little high.
She was drinking a little something too. I love both of them like
I
so
do too.
much. I think that I appreciated the fact that they pointed out that, they were, people try to pit them against each other because they kind of have that same genre, two completely different artistries though, but they had that same, like, they weren't hip hop, they weren't R&B, so we just gonna bundle them into neo soul, and they can't be cool. I love the fact that they made that clear, like, nah, we've never had no beef.
Right.
We talk on the phone all the time. I love that. I I just loved it, and I love Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. They're always in rotation. It wasn't a battle; it was a love fest, and I
It
was
was.
eating
It
it
really
up.
was.
Yep.
Especially when she played that slowly, surely. That was,
Mhm.
girl, that was, I was just like, go ahead, Jill, you hit that at the right
Yep.
The right moment.
And then Erykah Badu went on to do a whole after party. I was in there for a little while. I was like, man, I'm
I
tired.
couldn't
Like,
get in. I was at the door. I could not get
you
into the
couldn't.
after party.
Girl, I was in. You should have came in with me. Should have came in with me. She had guest DJs. She had a little commercial for her incense. It was super cute.
She selling incense.
Yeah, Badu pussy. That's what they called. I guess she had the candle, but she got incense now. Get that Badu pussy incense, burn it up. I love it. I love it. I just can't say much, but they in that short time, you couldn't get off of that live without feeling some sort of peace, and like you can't be mad after that. Like if you're mad, you're miserable after watching that. I loved every little bit. It was my favorite live, to be honest. One thing, Babyface be setting the mood, don't he? He be having the candles burning in the background.
Right.
He did like I don't know if it was a live, but it was like a little video, and he was supposed to do a live, but because Andre Harrell passed away, he canceled it or postponed it. So he's in front of his piano, incense burning in the back, just to do his video. I was like, he'd be setting the mood, don't he? Setting the whole mood.
He wasn't playing with Teddy Riley though. Did you see that?
I saw parts of it. I think I caught the tail end, like a little bit before Teddy Riley started having technical issues again. He got kicked off, but yeah, I saw the end of it.
You know what? So the first one was a hot mess, right? He broke the internet with being a hot ass mess. Teddy Riley did, right?
He did.
I was like, and then Babyface came with them hits, like they were clear, they came through. Babyface was giving you a whole vibe, and then you had Teddy over there just
doing the
didn't
most.
Know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah,
that second time around, like Teddy, I think killed Babyface.
I think I wish I could rewatch it. Maybe there's a way I could rewatch it. They probably have it on YouTube. I think Teddy Riley has way more hype music, and Babyface he's got some slaps though, and he's produced on some major records. They're both bomb. Not gonna lie.
They are. Honestly, they are.
Yeah,
I felt like Baby should have been in that bag a little bit more. He should have gave us some of them good.
He was being nice. He was like, well, he had technical difficulties. Let me not slide these real slaps to him. Let me let him get it. Let him get that buffer together. Get that buffer together. This week we have Nelly and Ludacris though.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
I used to love Ludacris.
I was a Nelly lover. I love me some Nelly. I had every album. Sweatsuit had it. I had country. I had it all.
Underlay, mommy.
Yeah. Yes. I was just. We had country. What I do? Dirty South 101. So we was listening to Nelly. They had to learn about it. All the songs. I was like, oh, y'all like Forces? Just a minute. Say less. A$AP Rocky said he did what? Oh, time out. Let me get the facts straight because he tripping. But
I'm not gonna lie, Nelly did have some hits, but at this point in my life, I'm not really feeling this versus battle.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like Ludacris. I was a little bit of fan. Word of Mouth was definitely my album.
Oh, that was a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was definitely a Nelly fan. I might pop in. The one that I have fun at though was Lil Jon.
Oh, that was
and T-Pain. I loved it. I loved every bit. They had me hyped. And T-Pain is hilarious.
Yes. That was so much love too. That was a good battle. That was really good.
T-Pain,
you know who the hot mess?
Cool.
The hot mess battle was fucking Dream and Sean Garrett.
I didn't see that one.
Girl, that was a train wreck, okay? Sean Garrett, he was either drunk or high, and he just couldn't get it together. The Dream came with a real vibe. He had the blue lights dim. He was, lights down low. He was chilling. Sean Garrett, on the other hand, was a whole different story. And the thing is, Sean Garrett has hits. Like, he could have easily killed the Dream. Easily.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know the Dream produced some good stuff, but I don't know if he could beat him in it.
Like, the Dream just kept giving us Beyonce. Like, I get it. Dig a little deeper, homie.
Yeah,
We know you did. What, Single Ladies? We know you did that. Dig a little deeper, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta give us some variety on that one.
Yeah.
So we got Nelly and Ludacris coming up, and then Snoop Dogg is looking to get on a versus with someone. He wanted Jay-Z, which I thought was a weird, like,
battle.
Yeah, that's weird to me. So 50
Not
Cent.
as weird as Manny Fresh and Scott Storch.
Yeah, that one. But you know what? They both produced, so I don't know.
No,
I don't think that.
Manny. Oof. That was wrong. That one was wrong.
I didn't watch that one. So Snoop is looking to battle somebody. 50 Cent said he would battle him, but I don't think that's. Snoop has classics.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like a that don't match. It don't match.
Who do you think Snoop could go up against, though?
I think he could go against like somebody like Common.
Common?
Yeah, Nas probably would whoop that ass. I'm not gonna lie. Well, to me. But somebody that has a little bit more tenure than 50 Cent, for me, in my point of view. Trying to think who else. Even like an Andre 3000 and Big Boy could run up on Snoop, because they got some slaps from early 90s, and I think that will work. But John Legend wants to do a piano versus with Alicia Keys, and I was like, oh, that sounds sleepy to me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
right to sleep. Right to sleep.
Yeah, so I like to see how they're still staying relevant and how they're breaking records with views. I do love to see that, and that they saw an opportunity and they went after it to still create some sort of content for the people to stay connected with, especially in a time like this, because those first couple of weeks was rough. I'm not gonna lie. First couple of weeks was kind of like, yeah, what is it? Yeah. But I feel like we're in kind of like the new normal. We just have to figure out how to do stuff remotely and still provide quality. It's going to be on a smaller scale. So, the malls, like indoor malls are not even open yet. They opened up like the Summerlin Mall because it's more outdoors, and the stores are separate. Like you can walk in the store and walk out.
But how are the stores going to handle that? Like, do they have security at the front door? Like, no more than 5 people in at a time? Or, like, how do they handle that? Because I went to Best Buy on Saturday, and Best Buy was like, in order for you to even come into the store, you need to have an appointment. And then I was literally in the store by myself. There was no one else.
In the whole Best Buy.
In the whole Best Buy. It was me and the associate that was helping me, and then people like running, getting orders for people. But I was the only one there.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, how are they going to handle this going forward, especially if they're planning on opening the outside malls? Like, how do you handle a Macy's?
Yeah.
Or how do you handle, a small store? Like, what is the plan for that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's going to have to be a limit of how many people can go into each store. That opens up more jobs for security, less jobs for staff, because now if we don't have, a bunch of people, we don't need that much staff for an individual store. Stores like Walmart, I see the tape where they're like a limited amount of people, or I just went to Target and there's tape outside where you can like stand in line. So they must monitor to see how many people are in the store at one time. And I don't understand why they got to block off a whole exit. Like, you know, there's two sides to the stores. They block off one complete exit, and there's only one entrance, one exit.
Mm,
And I'm mad because I had parked at the other end, and I had to walk the other way. So I was kind of annoyed by that. But
oh, and it's hot too, huh?
Yep, it's getting hot.
Look at me like, oh, it's hot. That was a walk.
So, you know, are we gonna have to make appointments to go shopping? Like, that's weird, you know?
It is. I mean, I felt, you know, like, ooh, exclusive, but not really, because I still had on a mask and shit, you know, but it was just like, okay, this person is gonna help me get everything that I need, address all the questions and concerns that I have, and, you know, it was kind of like a cool experience to me. But at the same token, it's weird because it's Best Buy. Like, you expect to go into Best Buy and shop with other people. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I can't do Walmart. I barely did Walmart before this pandemic. No. I went there once. It was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Walmart is kind of like now the only resort because everything else is closed. You got Target, you got Walmart. There's no TJ Maxx, no Ross, no no Big Lots, no nothing.
Amazon Prime.
It is, but I don't. You know, sometimes I be needing stuff like right then and there. I'm like, dang. I do love Amazon Prime. I actually ordered some stuff. It took a little bit longer than it should have.
Listen, Prime is back to its normal self because I'm helping my cousin decorate. She's throwing my younger cousin a prom because she's not able to go to prom. So I'm helping her, you know, decorate. So I ordered some shit. I started ordering shit like 2 weeks ago, and they were telling me, oh, it's 7 days, So we needed more tulle. I ordered tulle today, and I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I'm like, oh, nice. Y'all
I like that. I like it a lot. Yeah, I gotta order another Fire Stick because cable, it's a no for me. I have to snip that right on up. It's just, I have been testing myself. Like, can I go without cable? So I've been watching everything through my Roku. I don't really. It ain't even all that serious for me. I actually don't even talk about Ratchet Reality on the radio anymore because I don't want to watch it anymore. So I don't really have.
What? No Love and Hip Hop?
I can't watch it anymore. It's so painful. Like, I actually was watching Atlanta Housewives a little bit yesterday, but even then I was just like, it's too much. Stop. Y'all old and this is
y'all hella old. First of all, let's start there, Nene. Y'all are hella old.
Specifically, like,
come on, Nene, you a grandma.
Yeah.
Chill with the shenanigans.
I'm like,
I think she should just be an executive producer at this point. Help Andy do everything and work behind the scenes and let these young girls fight it out if that's what they want to do.
Nope, she's got to be seen, period, because she's the HBIC.
I don't even think she has to be seen. I think she's there now just for a check.
I'm going to need whoever did her plastic surgery to go home on that face, because I'm just like, ooh, child. And one of the episodes, I don't know if she did her own makeup or what, but I was like, if Marlo could have her own makeup artist, you should have borrowed Marlo's makeup artist because that ain't it.
Bitch, have you seen Wendy Williams? She been doing her own makeup, baby.
No, Wendy.
I watched. Okay, so you know Facebook, because I'm working at home, right? So while I'm working, I typically have like something up. So Facebook, you know how they do those little clips or whatever, and it was a clip, and she was talking about Shannon Brown getting arrested or whatever. And I'm like, who the fuck did her makeup? That eyeliner was all wrong. Like, Wendy is the queen of talking about people. And I'm like, they should have just let MUA come and touch up her face right quick. Because, baby.
You know, she does have, you know, underlying issues with her health. So she might not want anybody around just in case. But, girl, if you're gonna get on the tube, any tube at all, you might want to get someone to come bundled up in a mask and gloves and help you out. And I think, I know it might sound mean, but I think because of how Wendy Williams has lived her life as the person that she is, going in on people, that's her job. That when stuff happens to her,
Nobody
it just
cares.
is what it is. Like, don't cry. Don't cry. Take it.
I think people are less sensitive, excuse me, to her issues and what she has going on because she's built her career off of gossip, off
Yeah.
of tearing people down. She's like the black TMZ. Like,
Yeah. And she did that. She built that. But I don't feel bad when stuff happens and then people talk
mm,
at all. I don't feel bad at all. Speaking of of football players, you said something about a player, but it reminded me of this story. So the football player, I forget his name. His wife, this is during quarantine, mind you. His wife pulled a weapon out on him when she caught him in bed with some women, and then his brother.
I was having an orgy
I don't know what was going on, if it was orgy or
during
what.
quarantine.
During quarantine, yeah. They don't care. They was ready to risk it all.
They risked it all,
They did. They
obviously.
did.
They well,
Is it that
oh,
important? Me personally,
I don't think so.
I haven't risked shit because I'm not risking shit. I'll wait till I get my thermometer so I can test people. Like, let me see what you got. Oh, I have a COVID virus test. Let me check you out real quick. Let me see your nostril.
Right, we gotta wait 24 hours for these results to come back, and then
We
we
can get
can
it
come back.
cracking. So what happens when you don't have in-house? Okay, you gotta get your home kits. You know, you got your home STD kits now. Now you gotta have a COVID-19 kit too.
Okay, right.
Yep. Result. I'll hit you back when your results come in, boo. And I got you. If you're negative, I got you. It's going
Right.
down. I'd have been
Do
so
you have
pissed.
your COVID results?
If you're positive, you need to call the last 19 people you've been around. So
Right. Exactly.
that's
Mm-mm.
pretty scary. But I would have been pissed if my husband stepped out on me during quarantine. You don't put the whole family at risk with your stupid ass.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mm-mm. I know somebody that had happened
Oh my
to.
gosh, no.
Yeah,
They was at that house party in
yeah.
Chicago and got caught up.
No, 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 no. She got called on some, hey, Shirley, this Barbara? Or is it, hey, Barbara,
No,
this Shirley?
no.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody came to her as a real woman. And I'm like, wait, he was doing this during quarantine?
Oh, they just don't care. I mean, if they don't care about STDs, they out here raw dogging people. They ain't care about no
Right.
damn COVID. What is that? I'm good.
COVID ain't shit.
Right. That's terrible. So how else would you say we could turn some negatives into positive here in the 2020?
Take advantage of like the courses that they're offering online. Like I know there's a lot of courses if you need financial wellness,
Mm-hmm.
education courses. I was reading something, I think it was Harvard is offering like some certificates where you can take classes as well.
Mm.
Take advantage if you need to get your mental health in order. Take advantage of some you know, doctors doing calls over the phone now, so do whatever you can at home. Make sure that you're good. Take advantage of things that you wouldn't necessarily do.
Yeah, definitely. I think this time has like given me the opportunity to sit back and think about like what do I really want where do I really want to go with this, that's why I had time to like slow down, launch After Dark, launch the t-shirts. Like that was so important to me because it was already on the list, but I'm like, I got time. I don't have to drive
Right.
across town. I don't have to be places. I can be right here at home and doing this. One thing that I'm super grateful for is that I get to spend a bunch more time with my kids, even though they be tripping. I so appreciate the time because what other time are you going to get where you don't have to be going out to work and do all these things where you get to just hang out with
Right.
your kids all day? You're not going to get that no more. Yeah, it can be stressful, but I think you just got to make the best out of it. It's only so much you can do. Just control what you can and just leave the rest alone.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I like
I've
that.
been I've been taking hella nail courses on like Instagram Live.
Mhm.
So that has been very beneficial because at the top of the year, I was like, oh, I need to take this class. Oh, I need to do that. And just continuing, my education as far as me being a nail tech and being able to just learn how different techs do
Techniques.
things
Mhm.
differently, yeah, than I would. So that has actually been like a blessing in disguise for me. Like that has been a breath of fresh air. So like being able to talk to some nail techs who have been in the business for a long time and
Mhm.
just being able to pick their brain and talk about marketing and how to launch after COVID. So that has really been cool for me.
Definitely. I actually did this like webinar, and I hate webinars, but I did it just like if I can find some different ways to create a stream of income that can make money while I'm asleep is so
Mhm.
important to me. I just took this webinar on Amazon stores, like how to start your own Amazon store, but not using items that are trending, using everyday household items that everyday people need, and how you can scale that like one item into making a certain amount a month. And it made super sense. I've been working with the stock market. I put in a little bit of money. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit because I'm
All
scared.
right.
I was like, let me see if I can make this work for me. But I'm really doing it. I'm kind of using it as like is it pilot? It's not really a pilot, but a simulation. Like it's like a real life
Yeah.
simulation to me. I just use my real money because I just want to test out to see like, okay, if I pay attention to certain stocks and if I do my research, am I researching this properly? Is it beneficial? And girl, the other day one of my shits just went down. I was like, oh, let me sell, let me sell that shit because I don't want to lose my little bit of money. But it's like it's just I'm using it just to learn so that I can understand because I didn't understand it. And so I'm like, I put a little bit of money in and kind of see. I got three. I have shares in three different companies right now, but just so that I could learn. Um,
I put a little coin into PayPal
yeah,
and that shit like doubled my money. Like
really.
and then I was like, oh shit, cash out because I
No,
I
it's
don't
like
know what's
oh.
gonna happen.
Like, let me have my money now. It doubled. Yeah, give me that. I'm gonna need that all back.
I want it all. Thanks, thanks,
That's
thanks.
too funny. Yeah, like that's what I'm looking for are those stocks that even the stocks like if you look into penny stocks that grow into $90 per share, and you just bought 30 shares, 100 shares of this stock at what 30 cents or whatever you choose. Like imagine how that would increase your money. But it's just something just to educate myself just so I can understand it and get into it a little bit more when my money gets in because it's not here yet, but it's coming. My money get
It's
in.
coming. It is coming.
So I just want everybody to like just stay positive in this time, especially as things open back up because all the jobs aren't going to open back up, so it's still going to be a little rough for a lot of people. And um we are, people are in the hole and we got to dig ourselves out, but just try to find the positive in it. And I just want to thank you for taking the time out today to talk about how trash 2020 was and then how we could turn that trash into treasure um, going into 2021 or 2020. I don't know what I just said, but turning our 2020 into treasure and not trash, and hopefully having a better 2021. So thank you so much for taking out the time today.
Oh no, thank you for having me. I enjoyed this. This was cool.
Let everybody know where they can find you if they're trying to get their nails done in Chicago when you're
Um,
ready.
when I'm ready, that's the thing. Will I ever be ready?
Yes,
Nails.
because I'm gonna be texting you like, girl, Where you at?
Listen, and I'm gonna be like, in the house. Nailed by Cortney 2.0 is my Instagram name. I don't have anything on Facebook quite yet, but that's me.
I love Instagram a lot more than Facebook. So make sure you guys follow and make sure you tune into Melanin Boulevard every Thursday. Make sure you get your t-shirts and your merchandise. I even have a notebook on there for people who need notebooks. Everybody.
Me. I need to place an order. Actually.
Yes. And just look out for the After Dark sessions. Those will be coming soon. I just got a new guest for that, so I'm excited about that one.
Can you share?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you. Tell you. But I'm excited about the guests because of their point of view. And I love creating that other point of view. Like, let's look at this a little differently. Let's look at how someone else looks at this situation. So I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you look out for those links. Sign up for the newsletter for Melanin Boulevard. And don't forget to tell your friends to tell their friends. And maybe we could be friends to tune in every Thursday. Bye, guys.